Good morning, everyone. Wonder what we're talking about, real quick. So, now and nor before were I the target audience for this show. Um, I, the irony is that Avatar The Last Airbender, the animated show from 20 odd years ago, is the first show I ever binged start to finish on Netflix. So, only fitting that the current live action um, adaptation comes to Netflix. Now, I learned a lesson a long time ago from a very, very enlightened individual. You may have heard of him. His name is Douglas Adams. He wrote a few books, inaccurately named a trilogy about a hitchhiker's guide to the galaxy, and famously was asked which version of that story does he consider canonical, right? And he said all of them: the radio dramas, the BBC short miniseries, the books, the revisions to the books, the game, and the movie were all canon, together and separately, because a book is not a movie, is not a radio drama, is not a TV show, you understand? And so, therefore, you carry that ahead, right? Live action is not animation. The practicalities of shooting real practical people on real practical sets with real practical cameras does not have the same considerations, demands, and needs as shooting for animation. You understand? So, a live action adaptation, which means that it's an adapted product from a source material and therefore isn't expected nor intended to be a one for one, right? All that considered, this show is flawed. It has many flaws. And as I explained to my oldest, if the original didn't exist, if this existed in a vacuum unto itself, it would be perfectly fine. But also, as my oldest asked when this was announced, why? Why does it need to exist, right? And so this is no hate on that. I binged or watched the entire show, all 8 episodes. And it's fantastic. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And I understood why they made the changes they made, because I'm not media illiterate. But that doesn't mean I have to agree with them or like them. But within the confines of the media and medium by which they're telling this story, it works. And so I understand there are things in this world that I could never be objective about, and the original Avatar, The Last Airbender, is one of those things, along with Superman the movie, the original Star Wars, Spider-Man 2001, Captain America, the First Avenger, and several other movies that I have just too much space in my heart for to be objective about. However, I can be objective about the live action show because it has something to do and it has something to prove to me. And what I saw were a group of talented individuals who believed in the project they were working on and did their absolute best to give us something we would enjoy. And from that, they succeeded. I did have my misgivings when we learned about the actual heritage of the actor playing Sokka. I did have my misgivings learning that the original creators left the show. But watching it and seeing the differences that were made, I can understand their position. It doesn't influence my position. I just understand why they made those choices to leave. Doesn't make the end product any better or worse for what it is, you see. So while you're going to hear many, many, many folks talk down on this show, I suggest you go watch it and make your mind up for yourself. If you enjoyed the original source material and you follow along through the other media, comic books, graphic novels, Legend of Korra, so on, etc., you may find yourself enjoying this all the same. So don't listen to the haters, and push that out of your mind and go watch this show. And one of the other things that I saw is book one. It's book one, just like the original show. They're going to hopefully do 3 books and tell the story along the way. And someone was complaining, oh, it's only 8 episodes, and the original had 20 odd plus episodes per book. Yeah, 20 odd 22 to 20-minute episodes worth of content. This is 8 episodes, some over an hour, some right at an hour, and if you do the math, that's 19 episodes worth of 20 to 22-minute content. So it's almost all there. They rearranged the order of some storytelling. They removed some elements. Folks want to be upset that, oh, Aang doesn't act or get to be a kid anymore. That's not true. It's just when you hear folks make these arguments, you can almost assuredly expect they didn't actually watch the show. So that is my opinion. That is how I felt. That's what I enjoyed about it. I will probably rewatch it again, and I don't do that often, especially with modern shows, just to kind of get another feel for it. But in the end, its biggest flaw is that it is really, really difficult to get exceptional child actors. And that's no fault of children, they're children. But really exceptional child actors are few and far between. And these youngsters did an absolutely admirable job. So there it is.